Hello everybody and anybody, welcome to my first and anybody's first St. Louis City SC match preview for the inaugural season of the team. This is history in the making, literally. Nobody else in America currently has the opportunity to make a match preview about a team that has never played in the league before, and that is what we're doing today. We've got STL City SC versus Austin FC going on later on tonight, and it's going to be a massive game for both teams. Austin FC coming off the back of their strongest season so far. Of course, they've only been in the league for 2 years. First year wasn't amazing. Second year was amazing. They made it to the Western Conference final, lost out to LAFC. But that is something that St. Louis City are probably looking to try and emulate in their season. So it will be a very interesting matchup, playing of course in Austin, so it's on the road for St. Louis City's first ever MLS match. And despite the fact that this is of course the first time that we will see St. Louis City play in the league, it's not the first time that they've been playing these sides. We saw in their pre-season they played a lot of the top teams and got some decent results. It will be unrealistic to expect a win, of course, but more than anything, I think everybody will just be excited to see the team play and get their first game under the belt. Of course, getting any sort of result on the first game on the road would be amazing. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And now I'm going to dive into my predicted lineup for the game. That will be a bit interesting and probably a bit hit and miss because of course it's the first time we'll ever see these guys play. This is my best guesstimate at who will be starting today against Austin FC, and hopefully they can go out and get a great result for the team. Okay, of course, starting in between the sticks is Roman Bürki. He is the club captain. He has got so much experience obviously from playing over at Borussia Dortmund, and it's a no-brainer between who's going to be starting for the first game. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully he can get that clean sheet and get off to a flyer. So Roman Bürki will, of course, be starting. On to the back line, and I believe that the way that we've been lining up throughout pre-season is an indicator of how we're going to start. And in the games where you can see the coaches sort of split the team half and half, the back line has stayed pretty consistent in those games with Bürki in goal. Like I said, I believe that Bürki will be starting. So therefore, I think that the back four that has played with him in those preseason games is the back four that will be going into this game against Austin FC. And that is Tim Parker at centre-back. Of course, I believe that he'll be in the team no matter what. He is the vice-captain, of course, lots of MLS experience and a proper leader on the pitch. So I expect him to be starting centre-back alongside Kyle Hebert. Now, for those of you that don't know much about Kyle, he is an ex-teammate of mine, but apart from that, he's an absolutely amazing player, extremely consistent, hard worker, deserves everything that he's got, and has proved himself through the Missouri State men's soccer team at the NCAA level. He's also gone into MLS Next Pro, proved himself there, and now he has proved himself, I believe, in pre-season, especially from what the coach said in the presser earlier on in the week. I believe that the centre-back pairing will be Tim Parker and Kyle Hebert. Now, at right-back, I think Jake Nowinski is going to be playing. Like I said, throughout the preseason, it seems like there's been a pretty consistent back four, and making sure that they've got that chemistry before starting the game is really important. Making sure they've been communicating and they're used to playing with each other is especially important for that back line. So I think that they will stick with it and have Jake Nowinski as the right back, and then at left back they will have John Nelson. In midfield, of course, we have one of the designated players for the MLS team, and that is Edward Lowen. He's playing the number 10. He's definitely going to be part of the team, and he will be starting in that 10 role, I predict. Alongside him, or just slightly behind him, playing in the 6 and the 8, will most likely be Bloom from South Africa. I believe that the fact that the coach has been able to bring him in, a fellow South African, he'll be putting him straight into the starting lineup. And alongside Bloom, I believe that Stroud will be playing. That will give us the 2, the 6 and the 8 in that role, exactly their numbers as well for their jersey numbers. So that'll be pretty easy to keep your eye on. I like the way that teams do it when, you know, the 6 plays in the 6, the 8 plays in the 8, the 10 plays in the 10. That is exactly what I predict the St. Louis City lineup is going to look like going into this first game. So those are the players that I believe will be starting. Then for the wingers, we are looking at Rasmus Alm and Thomas Ostrak. Obviously, Ostrak came in when the St. Louis City 2 were playing at the end of last season. I believe that both of these wingers are going to be very important to the way that City play going forward. And then last but not least, leading the line is the other designated player for St. Louis City, and the one that a lot of people will be pinning their hopes on to be a good goal scorer for the club, and that is João Klaus. the Brazilian, who to me looks very German. That is it for the starting lineup that I predict for the game this evening. Really looking forward to the game. It's going to be massive just for the city in general, but especially for the soccer club. Going forward, I will be posting more content on St. Louis City after the game against Austin. Of course, I'm going to be watching it, but I will be posting a match reaction sometime tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully you guys stick around for that. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Up the city.